Hey, good evening, everyone. Yesterday here in Chicago, we celebrated the Billy's Day in the park, and we had a great turnout, and it was great to see everyone. Today is Emancipation Day, celebrated in Belize and really throughout the Caribbean. For those of you who are not aware, Emancipation Day is the day that the British Empire abolished slavery. So it's equivalent to here in America in terms of Juneteenth. That we're now celebrating. But today, I was able to catch a couple of the speeches and presentations. But it had me thinking, right? The idea of this thing of emancipation, and what we're going through within our community, even to this day. And when we think of emancipation, we think of freedom. And so it's the idea of asking, how free are we? And for me, freedom is about having control over your destiny, being able to choose, having control, and certainly to pursue your God-given rights, right? So when I reflected on this today, it kind of dawned on me that, we're still facing a lot of struggles, right? Our community is going through a lot to achieve freedom, true freedom. Having control in terms of our community, factors of production, finance, our rights, our civil rights, and that continues to be a struggle. So as I was reflecting today, the idea of thinking what it means in terms of Emancipation Day, this struggle continues, and we still have work to do. Lots of work to do. So it was something, again, was just running through my head. I said, what, just, kind of talk about it here online and maybe get you guys feedback on it. But, I think we have to think of freedom in terms of it's a continuous battle that we have to continue to fight. What is it that we put in our bodies or in our mind? What are we consuming online? How are we presenting ourselves? What are we allowing to be done to us? How we control our resources? Are we working together? Supporting each other? All that represents freedom. Each one kind of like a brick in a wall that builds on the other. And as was mentioned today, we can't do it alone. We have to do this as a community, and that's how we work. That will make it, where we could continue with progress. But today was also a reflection of our ancestors, right? Those who survived and passed those genes on to us, right? The inspiration, the stories of hard work and determination and just resisting, so that we will have a chance and an opportunity. And so we have to think of freedom as well to say, what are we doing with that opportunity? Are we, making the most of it? Again, or are we allowing ourselves to be controlled in other ways? It may not be chain and whips, but there are different forms of control. A lot of it is more subtle, more mental, and we have to think about those things. But as a community, we have to also think and say, okay, how can we work together and just kind of move forward hand in hand? This is who we are. So that was what I was thinking about today in terms of Emancipation Day, and there's a lot more, but I think that's the core part of it, was really this idea of liberty and freedom and being able to say, are we truly free, and what we need to do to achieve, in my mind, true freedom, right? True self-determination, true control over our community, our mind, our bodies, to be able to do the things we want and determine what is best for us. So that's it. And for my mainly American audience, Emancipation Day, August 1st, that's the time the British Empire, 1834, abolished slavery. And so we could kind of put that line in terms of our own Civil War here, and some 30 years later, the abolishment of slavery here in the U.S. So that connection, we're all connected, and that's one of the things maybe I'll talk about in the future, right? Because one of the things that I notice many times, right, my friends here, my African American friends, my Black friends here, it's a disconnect of the Black culture in Central America, Latin America, the Caribbean, and even for our brothers in Africa. And we have to continue to work to close that gap, and there's just so much that we can learn from each other, and certainly I think it would be beneficial for all of us. So again, that's for another day. For now, it's just about sharing a little bit about Emancipation Day that's being celebrated throughout the Caribbean and the former British Empire. So that's it. Good night for now. Take care, guys. Bye.